We are at the Sandwich Inlet right now. This is one of the really cool dive sites that we're blessed to be able to dive here. It's just about a 30-minute drive from Victoria on Vancouver Island in British Columbia.
So Sandwich Inlet is a unique location because of its hydrographic design, in that it's got a small sill at the entryway which provides for very low interchange of water, making it a low oxygen environment that's pretty unique within the Northwest Pacific. It provides us an opportunity to observe this type of low oxygen environment on an ongoing basis, and unique fish and life cycles that occur within it.
So ghost fishing is what happens with derelict gear once it's been forgotten, lost, or abandoned. Sometimes, usually it refers to nets oftentimes, but what we deal with in our locations is usually finding lures on walls that people have lost. There's fishing line attached to it, there's life that gets caught in it, or oftentimes too it's traps. We find crab traps, prawn traps, and they're not attached to a line anymore, so they're just continually cycling death. It's a never-ending cycle down there because they don't fall apart, they don't disintegrate as they're intended to do. GUE at BC as a group have spent quite a bit of time and resources finding the dive gear, being able to retrieve it, sometimes as a tech dive, oftentimes as a DPV dive. We're sometimes assessing what the life has been affected in certain areas. Some members have established baselines and do the maintenance on them. Others take part in fish surveys and mass egg surveys. And I think we can all say that we love to inform people what is happening underneath the waves when they have questions with the ocean, because I think with the proper education, people are more aware of what's going on, and then they can't claim ignorance when it comes to lost gear or derelict gear, or even just leaving traps down there.
Some of it will just be disposed of to the local disposal sites. Some of it gets returned to DFO, especially if it's got registration numbers that allow it to be traced back to the owner. It can be then returned to DFO, and then they can take action with the owner for the lost trap or misplaced trap.
Anyone is welcome to join these events. Some of the dives that we do are more challenging and would require further training, preferably GUE training, to participate in those dives. But several of our sites that we're taking care of are recreational, and anyone can join, depending on their personal skill levels and their comfort level. But we're always looking for surface support, and we're always looking for help, carrying things back and forth to the dive site. Because with these underwater scooters, underwater cameras, and all these other items that we bring with us into the water to document what we see, it's all kind of heavy, and any kind of help is appreciated when it comes to that. On a grassroots standpoint that we're looking at here, we're trying to get the local community excited about taking care of their underwater world. Like the Durrance Lake cleanup that we did last year, that we're gonna do again now after the summer season, where all the people floating around and losing their beer bottles or whatever, and now it's time for us to be cleaning it up and all the other stuff that has now gone missing. Project Baseline is a great initiative for us to be able to detect changes over time. It's been, unfortunately, it's been very obvious that there's something called environmental amnesia going on with our underwater world, where we shift the baseline of what we think is normal, and that's what Project Baseline is coming in. By us taking pictures and taking data at the same site over time, now we can actually detect if there is a shift in this baseline, so we can notify the appropriate agencies or local groups that can influence politicians and policy making to now make a difference here when it comes to our underwater environment.